I didn't want him to find her like that. Sorry. Sorry. All of a sudden I can't, I just can't talk about it. I'm sorry. Okay, I got a story. I got a story that covers it all. The beatings, my mother, the alcoholism, all compacted into one nice little story. I don't know why I didn't think of it before. Las Vegas, Sin City, city of gamblers. I told you I lived there, right? When I was just a little boy. I've got this theory for years that my mother didn't give birth to me, but rather she won me in a craps game. Yeah, some prize. Anyway, Las Vegas, it's a harsh city. Very, very difficult to live there. Temptation on every street corner. You've got slot machines at the malls, at the libraries, and it creates a disease, a gambling addiction. Do you know they have doctors there that specialize in treating people with gambling addictions? It's terrible. People gamble like there's no tomorrow. They gamble away their houses, they gamble away their lives with one spin of the wheel. It's no urban legend. This is the truth. And for my mother, it was just an extension of her alcoholism. Because what is alcoholism if not a gamble? You drink, and whatever happens, happens. Anyway, she was addicted to this too. Blackjack, that was her game. Blackjack and the slot machines. Itzik, the bloody sirloin steak, he used to work the night shifts. He'd go out at night in the evening and come back at 5 in the morning. So my mother would put me and my sister to sleep at 10 in the evening and go out to the casinos to drink, to gamble. Usually she'd come back home on time before Itzik came back home. But I couldn't sleep. I wouldn't sleep. I was afraid. I was afraid that he'd come home and he'd find out that she had gone out. He was a violent, aggressive man. And then one day it happened. She didn't come home on time, and when he saw this, he flipped. He started to cuss and curse and kick at the doors. An hour later, she walked in, completely drunk. What do you think he did? I told you, he was an aggressive, violent man. He went into the living room, sat in the big armchair, stared at her, and didn't say a word. And when she saw him, she started to apologize. Please, Itzik, I didn't see the time fly by. It won't happen again. I promise. I promise. It'll never happen again. And he just sat there and stared at her and didn't say a word. So she started to cry. He said, don't make a big deal out of it. Please, please. Don't make a big deal out of it. It won't happen again. I promise, Itzik. And he just sat there and stared at her. It didn't say a word. The more he sat silent, the more she cried. And then all of a sudden he said, I'm not going to give Dora bar mitzvah. It's punishment. Well, I couldn't care less. But for my mother, it was devastating. For the Hebrew teacher and the Jewish history teacher in our little Jewish community, it was very important for me to have a bar mitzvah. So she pleaded with him. I don't mean she pleaded with a little whiny, pleading voice. She got down on her knees and begged. And he just sat there and stared at her and didn't say a word. So she kissed his feet and said, please, not the bar mitzvah, not the bar mitzvah, not anything else. You know how important it is for me. Please. I was a bad girl. I'll never do it again. Please, not the bar mitzvah, anything else. Please, don't do this. And he just sat there, stared, and didn't say a word. Well, she was thinking of us in those difficult moments. Yeah, well, that's what she said. But you see, that's not what I wanted. I didn't want a bar mitzvah. I didn't want my mother kissing the feet of the man who beat me. That's not what I wanted. Well, you can't judge a person when he's down. Yeah, you've been telling me this your whole life. But you know, you're protecting her, not me. You know what? You killed her. What? I killed? No, you killed her. Give this. No. Oh, come on. You want this? No. You want this? I told you not to give it to me. You killed our mother. You killed her. You killed our mother. What, you think I can't slap you back? Oh, what? That was hard. It was just a show. Oh my God, you killed our mother. Don't let him hold me. Don't let him take me. Okay. Don't let him. You killed our mother. You killed my mother. You did it. No. Oh my God. Oh. She asked me to kill her. What are you saying? It was euthanasia? Some kind of mercy killing? No. I didn't kill her out of mercy. She didn't ask for my mercy. She was counting on my hatred for her, and she was certain I'd kill her for that. Hatred. I didn't hate her. I don't remember hatred because you weren't there. You left me all alone. Always the good boy. You left me all alone. After the bar mitzvah, everything went downhill. The beatings, the drinking, the fighting. Finally, she got divorced from Itzik. Out of sheer weakness, she left him everything, the house, the money. She also got fired because she came drunk to school one day. We were penniless. We didn't have money to pay the bills or the rent. So we got thrown out into the streets. Her, me, and my little 8-year-old sister, Sharoni. So we went to live at this motel, this wretched motel. Whores and pimps, and at night we would hear the rats running around inside the walls. But hatred. Why did you hate her? Why? You want to know? Okay. I'll show you. I need a shoe of a 15-year-old boy. Oh. Magic. Now I need a pair of shoes of an 8-year-old little girl. Do we have an 8-year-old? I don't think so. What? How old are you? You're, no. You're 8? Give me your shoes. Okay. All right. Now we're talking. This has never happened to me. I want to see your ID. As I told you, we were living at this motel. My mother, me, and Shironi. I told you about the rats, didn't I? Get off me. Get off me. But I'm afraid, Dory. Okay, I'll go see. Nothing there. Oh, oh. We didn't fall asleep because we were afraid that the rats would bite us. Nothing there, huh? Shut up. Finally, we fell asleep. Me in my bed, and Shironi in her bed. One day, I think it was a Saturday, my mother walked in. Good morning! Shh! Shironi's asleep. Okay. Listen, Dory, I've got to go out. Take $5 and buy yourself something to eat. I'll be back in a while. Where are you going? Somewhere. You're going out to drink, aren't you? It's none of your business. I want to know. What? Am I under interrogation? Do as you're told, and I'll come back later. And she walked out, and we waited 3, 4, 5 hours. There was no television because it was a shitty hotel, so